What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the IEP Weekly Update, where we cover what's happening this week in the performance track, as well as other updates and announcements from the IEP team. Last week, we dropped a video covering in depth what to expect from this cycle. So if you missed that, here's a quick snip of that video. This cycle's objective is to improve the ability to move more efficiently. So your body weight and actual weights, we want to move those efficiently. Speed and power are going to be very prioritized. As this is a power cycle, this is going to be the main thing. We are still going to get the strength and capacity in, so do not worry about that. We want to get extremely proficient at producing force through all planes of motion. We'll do this through the reinforcement of fundamentals, as well as exposing to new movements to discover deficiencies throughout the block. We want to do what we're good at, but also find things that we need to improve on. And so that is what the movement portion is going to be built around. Strength, we're just going to try to maintain strength. How we're going to do this is 3 sets of 3 working sets at 80%. We're going to use this as in a reps in reserve portion. So this is going to be a 1 to 3 reps in reserve. So this is something that you have either 1 rep, depending on how good you feel, or 3 reps left in the tank. Totally up to you. It changes day to day, week to week, based off of your stress levels. Going into the work capacity, we're going to be really focusing on the short and moderate anaerobic portions. So those sprint intervals or that short duration sort of conditioning circuits. We're also going to be maintaining that aerobic capacity just because it is a crucial part of your health and wellness to maintain that cardiovascular health. All right, so let's dive into this week's breakdown. Monday is going to be a speed and power, as it has been. This time in this cycle, we're going to change some things up. We're going to get a little bit more in depth with the movement mechanics of our sprints. And since this is acceleration day, every drill is going to be focused on helping our acceleration. So we're going to have our dynamic warm up and then work on some posture drills to help us maintain a good tight core and strong posterior chain. And then we're going to get into some movement mechanics and then our accelerations. After that, it's just a standard power clean and Nordic work to follow up. So those are the accessory pieces that help us be better at acceleration. Tuesday is going to be our primary strength and power day. This day is going to kick off with a good warm up and then some box jumps to kind of get everything going. And then we're going to go into our lower body superset where we hit a strength movement and then a power movement right after. Second superset is going to be a upper body pulling superset. So again, we'll do a strength movement and then a power/explosive movement for that. But we're going to be doing the work capacity at the end because this is going to become the tertiary priority of the cycle. We want to make sure we're maintaining our speed and power, and then after that is going to be strength, and then following that is going to be work capacity. Wednesday is going to be our movement day, as well as our aerobic capacity, as it has been. This week we are going to be working on ankle stiffness and loading. So a lot of decels, a lot of landings, a lot of hops to be really deliberate in building that ankle stiffness and that ability to absorb force. Thursday is going to be a hybrid between strength and power and accessories. We'll start off with a power movement to kind of get things going and then roll into the upper body pushing superset. So we'll do the same thing we did on Tuesday where we have a strength movement and then an explosive power movement supersetted with that right after. And then we'll get into the rest of the accessory work that we've typically been doing, those little pieces that are just going to accentuate the strength movements. Friday is going to be our max velocity day. We're going to take a similar approach as to what we did on Monday. We'll start off with a good warm up, get into some posture work, and then instead of the movement mechanics or pattern work, we're going to go into a push primer. So this week we're going to work on power skips, and then we'll get into our long max velocity sprints. Following that, we're going to have 2 strength supersets. The first is going to be a lower body pulling, so a deadlift, and then a similar movement pattern for a power explosive movement, and then we'll get into the vertical upper pull or upper vertical pull. So this is going to be a pull up for this week, and then we'll have an explosive movement following that. And then we'll have work capacity at the end as it takes a backseat to our main strength and power work. Saturday is going to be our makeup day or recovery day, depending on what you do. Recovery day if you were able to hit everything throughout the week. Makeup day if you missed something due to your schedule getting kind of thrown off. Going into this week's announcements, Sprint Timber is in full effect. We are now in our 2nd week of the program for those who started last Monday and are rolling through that as it is prescribed. It's never too late to download. It's going to be available all year. So if you want to, go ahead and still download it and just start at the beginning and work through. It is a great on-ramp program to get you started with sprinting. Today being Sunday, this is our full rest day. Use this time to spend with your family, your friends, check in on your buddies, make sure you're eating well and hydrating well, and getting the rest you need in order to prepare yourself to perform your best this week. Stay safe, train smart.